Engage.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Torture Me Daddy. I'm Jonathan, and today we're going to be discussing the Crucible, otherwise known as all the testing that we're going to be doing to the gear and to the guns. So first up, what we're going to be testing is what we call the Frozen Chosen. Frozen Chosen is simply just how can the gear and the gun survive being frozen, submerged in water, then frozen for 24 hours, and how well it can perform. Next up is what we call Desert Storm, and that test consists of having the gun and gear dumped into a bunch of sand, into the slide, any part of the actions of the gear or the gun itself, and see how well it performs. Next up is what we call Amphibious Assault. This is going to be where we submerge all the gear in water for approximately 30 minutes and see how it does. After that, we have what's called Breaking Bog. Breaking Bog is where we take Oklahoma clay and the mud, and we dump it all into the gear, into the guns, and we are going to see how it can cycle. And this is also without oil or anything like that. So just bare bones, how well does it do? Next up is what we call Rip and Tear, and this is simply just the abrasion and tear resistant test. Can it handle C-wire, or can it handle barbed wire, or can it handle just heavy duty usage? And is the stitching going to uphold its integrity, or is it going to give way? Next is what we call the drop test. So that is as it sounds. We're going to drop it from a certain distance up high, and then we're going to see how well the gear performs if anything is broken or anything of that nature, or the gun were to go off. Of course, there won't be any live rounds in there. But if the action has been pulled, if the action is broken, or the action goes off, if the trigger goes off, then of course, then that is a problem. Next up is what we call Scorched Earth. This is our second to last test for the gear, or this is the last test for the gear anyway. Now, Scorched Earth is simply just the gear is going to be burned. Now, we're not doing the guns, but we're doing the gear. So the gear is going to be burned, and we're going to see how well it can last within an inferno or just a regular fire from a barrel. So, and then lastly, we have the 1K round test. This is, of course, for firearms. We're going to see how well the firearm performs after going through this entire battery of tests. We're going to be able to take the results from this and move forward with our analysis and be able to determine whether this gun or gear is good or not, of course. And the last thing I want to talk about is there is information that is given out by the vendors of these companies, whether it be guns or gear, that will say that it's been through this battery of tests already, and we're going to recreate it ourselves and see if it upholds true or not. Now, of course, our tests might differ slightly, just because we don't have the facilities to do something exactly the way that they tested it, but we will test it nonetheless. If anything, we're going to push the gear and gun to its limits and even further beyond that and see how well it does. Of course, with the vendors, even if they collaborate with us, this doesn't guarantee anything in the future. This is just us working with them in the future. If they would decide to hit us up and say, hey, test this gear for us, put it on your channel, and we'll go from there. We will always disclose that information. We will always tell you guys that who we're working with. We don't plan to be sponsored by anybody for any reason, so we don't have a dog in the fight. This is just objective information, quality testing in a controlled environment. All right, if you guys enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, share, comment, and subscribe to the Patreon as well. Please become a patron and donate for the gear and the guns. 100% of the money that you donate will go to the Gear and Guns for the channel, not to me personally or anybody else. And none of that will be kept. It will all be given away. All right. And join the Discord as well. And the Discord is how you win the prizes, the giveaway. All right. Y'all stay safe and take care.